for you, I mean, it must feel like you've been living your life through Velma Kelly for the past little while.
I have. I've been in and out
The
of the
UK,
Velma
the
Kelly
US, Lebanon, and now you're home. You're home doing a very strong role, very physically demanding role. What has kept you coming back for more, I guess?
It's the show. It's the show. It's so powerful. It's so good. The quality of it, you know, that's what it is. I love playing the role. I love the fact that I'm still dancing at this stage. I love the music. You know, I never tire of it. I think that it was an opportunity I just couldn't say no to. For 1 second, I had a moment of hesitation, thinking it's going to be very painful.
And
After
then,
all this time,
yeah.
and I thought, can't resist it. I'm sorry, I just love it too much.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, as I mentioned before, it's physically very demanding. You know, there's one number in the show that is quite demanding.
Yeah.
How do you prepare? What do you make sure that you do so that you're able to do the show a huge amount of times every week?
Well, I pretty much dedicate myself to the show and the show only. You know, I try not to do too many other things that are going to be too different from this particular style, because it is very much a style that's a Fosse style is very different to, say, doing a ballet class or being at the gym. You know, the body moves in a different way, and I think I've fallen into that trap before. When I was doing the film of Moulin Rouge, we had to stop filming for a while, so I started going to the gym to do some classes just to keep myself going.
Sure.
And not doing a dance class, and I actually injured myself, and I ended up with an elephant sprained ankle, and then they said we shoot again in 7 days, and I was in a bad way, so I swore I would never do something else again. I would always, if I'm doing this, I dance. That's it, I dance, and I dance this sort of style, and I focus on this. I ended up, if you look very carefully at the footage of Moulin, you might just see that it's actually strapped.
Wow.
In the tango.
Okay.
Yeah, they did a good job, but yeah, it was a bit tough. Anywho, back to this. Yes, totally about the show. 8 shows a week, you don't really have too much time, but
What else can you do?
goodness me.
Besides eat and sleep, really?
That's right. You are totally bound to the show, and I don't mind that, because I love the show, and this is what we do, you know, and you do it while you can. In this career, you're not going to be doing shows for as long as you want to, or you would like to, because they're only going to come around that suit you, you know, so many times. Sorry, that was my tummy rumbling.
Time for some food.
Yeah, I'm really ready for some food. But yeah, it's very physically demanding, and to get ready for, say, a number like I Can't Do It Alone, which is normally done as a double act in real life. She's doing a number that's meant for two people.
2 people.
Yeah, I have to I skip up and down backstage for about 5 minutes before I come on the stage, just to get my blood going and just to contemplate it, because dance is very tricky. Not everybody in an audience understands dance the way a dancer does. Because
Exactly.
A dancer goes, oh my God, that is really hard, because you're singing and you're dancing and you're not stopping. Whereas an audience member, if you make it look easy, they go, well,
That was good.
that was good. They don't always get it, because we're not meant to make it look hard.
That's right. You don't want it to look like hard work.
Yes.
To an audience member, wow, she struggled through that number.
That's exactly
That's not the idea.
Slick your hair and wear your buckled shoes. And all that jazz, I hear the father is the blues. And all that jazz.
Ensemble members, when I was talking to them, said they've loved working with you because you're a perfectionist and you're so disciplined as a performer. And what advice do you have you been giving to the ensemble about doing Chicago and just in general? I mean, the industry, it's getting harder for these younger dancers and performers that are coming up through the ranks, because there's the same amount of jobs, but there's more talent. There's a lot of talent out there. So what are you telling them? What's the advice from Carline?
If they were to ask me, you know, my advice, first and foremost, I think you've got to train to the like I trained at the Royal Ballet School. I sang every day You know, I love my craft. I watched a lot of movies. I was interested in people. I read biographies. I want to know about my art world, this world of dance and musical theatre. So educating yourself is a hugely important part of it.
Yep.
I think that you can't set a goal for yourself because you're not in charge of it. Destiny steps in and changes your path quite often.
That's exactly right. You think you're going one way and then it takes you somewhere else.
And even if you think, that's my goal, that's what I want to do, that's the role I want to play, that's the company I want to be with, it may not work out that way. I wanted to be a classical ballet dancer. So I trained as a classical ballet dancer. I had that discipline, which is fantastic, because that's there, and it's been there for the last 150 years. No, I'm not that old. That's what it feels like. It's there. I can depend on that, but I didn't end up doing that. I wasn't good enough to be a prima ballerina, so my path went towards theatre, musical theatre. I auditioned for a musical, and that was where I went. It was in that road. So I think you have to be willing to change course and completely commit yourself to it. You mustn't go, oh, this isn't really what I want to be doing, but here I am. Because sometimes, I believe in fate too. I think you end up in a place that you're meant to be. And learning, look over your shoulder occasionally is another thing. Look at what's going on around you, because you can learn a lot. I've spent years and years being in shows, watching leading players in London, and I've also worked in America, watching people from the wings, learning what they're doing, their craft, how much energy they're giving it. You know, you never stop. Once you stop learning or you stop being interested, you've had it.
That's right.